Hi, this is Donna.
And this is TJ.
We're the Hills.
And this is
Dinner.
and a Marriage.
Mm-hmm.
That is a good morning,
Happy Sunday
right?
to us.
Sunny, Bloody Mary Sunday.
Sunday, bloody Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're back in our wonderful RV in this side.
We never left the RV.
No, I know, but we're not in the bunkhouse anymore.
Yes.
Sorry.
It could be cool. It will eventually be cool, but it was not cool last time.
No, we were quite snug in there.
Yeah.
Quite snug. And as you know from the previous episode, that Christian is now here with us, and we basically made them go take a walk for a minute while we're doing this.
Yes.
It's just easier than being like, shh, shh. And it's super nice outside.
What's your jam this morning, though?
Bloody Mary jam?
No, I'm just saying you normally are
Oh,
on top
right.
of it, but you're
I
not
am,
on
I'm
top
not.
of it. So
Shop
I'm just
talk. Shop talk. We'll do a little shop talk with Donna. All right. Shop talk. Like, follow, subscribe, and please hit that notification bell so that you get notified every time that we are on. This week's late. I started working outside of our homestead. And so, yeah, so it's kind of put a kink in it, and having Christian and trying to get back into the swing of a routine.
You are now the bread winner chicken dinner.
Yeah, I am. Cha-ching.
So what is this? This is like buying the cow and then having the cow pay you back.
How about we not use cow?
Oh my gosh. She's a nerd.
Now what is that saying?
Why buy the cow when you
wait.
get the milk for free?
That's right. So wouldn't that be that you've already bought the cow, but now she's finally providing the milk?
No, that's not what's considered the milk.
Oh, you.
Why'd you make it weird?
Oh. Okay. Woo.
Ha!
So on today's episode of Farm Animals and Things.
You're going to be like that? No, don't go to Mexico. Don't do it.
So we decided it's Sunday morning. We're going to do some Bloody Marys, and because we're going to talk about one of our favorite places. We're rewinding it back to when we first got married and when we were dating.
Yeah, those were good times.
They
Wish we could
were.
go back to then.
So good.
Well, I
So
mean,
good.
these are good times too, but you
Yeah.
know.
Wow. Younger, full of spunk.
Now you're making it weird.
Now I just
Motorcycle
sound
rides
like-
were fun.
Yeah. So yeah, one of our common interests was we both rode motorcycles. I had a Ninja 250 and TJ had a Yamaha 600. And yeah. One of the first times I went over to his house, I rode my motorcycle from Redmond, Washington to Everett, Washington, and I passed the exit because I was new to the area and ended up on what's called Casino Road. And if you're familiar with Washington, off my motorcycle, called him and said, I think I'm lost. I missed the exit. And he goes, where are you? And I said, I'm in front of this casino. And he's like, do not leave your motorcycle. I will come get you. And I'm like, okay. And so he drove over there in his truck, and I followed him back to his house.
Well, okay, so at the time, and it's one of these things, you in directions scared the hell out of me, okay? So you would be...
I've gotten better over the years.
Well, yes, you've gotten a little bit better, but I would call you You'd be on your way home from work or whatever, and I'd be like, "Hey, where are you at?" You'd be like,
Mile
"I'm on
marker?
I-5."
And I tell you the mile marker.
No, but you would just say I-5. Like, okay, that's a long ways. You could be in California on I-5.
That's because he didn't need to know.
Oh, well. You're not that funny.
Yeah, funny. Oh my gosh. No, I'd tell him like exit 128 on I-5 and he'd say, "What street?"
No, she would say, like, exit 42.
Yeah.
And it would be like 128th Street exit. And no one says exit 42. It'd be like, I'm at 128th Street. Oh, bam, I know exactly where you are. But if you're like, well, I'm on exit 38B on I-5,
Well,
that's not good.
That's how I learned. Exit numbers.
Oh, well, whatever. It'll give people something to debate about.
Yeah. Do you
Like, oh,
go
he's
by,
dumb. Oh, no, she's crazy.
Do you go by exit number or do you go by the street name of the exit?
I'm the guy that's like, the McDonald's on the north end of Broadway. Right by there.
Well, that's how I give like directions to our house. Like if you know where that little market is, make a left or whatever. Like that's how yeah. But me driving, I'm like, oh, I'm I-5 and exit number 44. Like, Google it. That was an odd move. Like, had an itch on my arm and I'm like this. Why? I don't.
Hey, remember this?
Oh my, that's the best. Yes. There was a time that I took the kids to Jetty Island and we told Gabriel, I have a picture of that still. I'll put it up there. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'll stick it up here. But we were putting sunscreen on and I think Chloe was like, you gotta rub it in because we put sunscreen on him and he's like, I can't reach it. Or Chloe's like, it's hilarious.
Pretty awesome.
I can't. That guy. He is funny. Hilarious. Okay. Wow, that was loud.
That was pretty loud.
So we were taking it back. So when our first date, I think we did talk about that.
We did.
We went to Elliot's in Seattle.
Mm-hmm. Had some seafood.
Yeah. And then I guess I had already moved in with you by the time we started going over to Tito's.
I think so.
Maybe,
yeah.
No, I think I went over there once or twice before.
Hold on. Do you remember me making the countertops for Trevor's deal in the driveway?
No. I wasn't there for that. The countertop was already done.
Oh, okay.
Because you did it for that reunion.
Then we weren't, like, that place was up and running before.
Yeah. No, I just couldn't remember if I had visited. I think I did. So anyways, when we lived together, when TJ was at work, I would literally take the kids, go over to Lee and Trevor's, so my brother and sister-in-law, TJ's sister, and go hang out with Trevor in their bar. So they had a little bar in their garage, which...
She's talking about, like, on a Friday, not every day.
Yeah. We'll say. But even so, like, we just hung out. So Trevor and I would hang out in the bar, and the kids would all play together because our kids were all close-ish in age. And, then when TJ got home from work, he would come hang out. And so I don't remember how many, who knows? We were there, and sometimes it was a tight squeeze because he'd have his motorcycle parked in there too. So it was like a narrow one-car garage
that was
converted into a bar.
Yeah, with a long, like 16-foot long
Bar top.
bar top with kegerators and stuff underneath.
Mm-hmm.
It was the most fantastic place on earth for quite a while.
Oh, yeah.
It was just had cool atmosphere.
For sure.
But you did try to kill me in there.
I know. I did not succeed.
Yes. Fortunate for me, unfortunate for her.
Wow. Or the other way around.
I don't think we were married then, so you wouldn't have gotten anything out of that.
Oh, that's true. Good thing then.
Hmm.
Like I said, that motorcycle was parked in there a lot of times, so I don't know. He came, I don't know, remember what the conversation was. We were talking about whatever, and I like backed him like this, and he lost his balance and fell back.
She karate chopped me
Yeah.
in the chest, screwing
Literally
around.
fell off the bar stool. I think the bar stool fell over, and he almost hit the motorcycle, but didn't. He
Like the
missed it.
peg of the motorcycle.
Yeah.
It would have impaled the back of
And
my
I've
head.
heard about that for
15 years.
yes, or more, give or take.
What?
But yeah.
That's why I'm always jumpy around you now.
Oh my god! Like,
Like, so I married an axe murderer.
you put a finger.
Wow.
That's funny. I've used that reference. So I married an axe murderer before in our videos.
Huh.
I love that movie. If you haven't seen it, go see it. So that was one instance there, Tito's. So we were there. That might have been even before we named it.
You say we. I had nothing to do with the naming process. That was you and Trevor.
So I don't even know if you were there. We were talking about
No, I wasn't.
how I was born in Germany, and then we talked about taking German in school and what our German names were. So Trevor's German name, or name he chose for German class, was Tito. So I'm like, oh, cool, blah blah blah. Mine was Trudy.
What the heck?
Right. I didn't get to pick it. But anyways, Tito. And
I'm going to start calling you Trudy.
please don't. So anyway, and then we talked about TJ building the bar top and how it was for the family reunion, for Trevor's family reunion, right?
Yep.
And they had this raging party, and I should have been there. Da 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 da. Like, it was so awesome.
It was
But-
epic.
But the following morning, when Trevor went to clean the bar or go in there or whatever, he found a pair.
He
of-
found a thong
Yeah, pair
hanging
on the bar tab.
on the tap handles.
So I'm all, ew, a crusty thong? Gross. And he's like, well, I don't know if it was crusty. But rewinding back to that, this was a family reunion.
Oh, wow. There was more than just family there.
Oh my gosh. Hilarious, though. So then it spun from that. So it was Tito's crusty dong instead of thong
That is the name that they decided on.
to name the bar.
And then
Tito's
we went to
Crusty
Arizona.
Yep. A few months later. Or a month. Yeah, a few months later. This was
And
in
then we had
December.
the sign made
We had the sign made that said Tito's Crusty Dong.
in that, like,
It's-
carved burnt wood.
Yeah. It was like
Pretty dope.
side of the road guy and his little food truck looking thing
Mhm.
carving signs. We're like,
You made them right
"Hey."
there on the spot.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It's like a carnival.
I wonder if Trevor still has that sign. I'll have to ask him.
I thought he said he kept everything in from the bar.
Yeah.
But yeah, good times. We had many parties there. Massive fires.
Yes.
Remember the chimenea?
Yes. The chimney. What? Well, I was there when he had, I don't remember whose bachelor party thing it was there, but we actually had a fire in the chimney.
Wasn't it his sister's? soon-to-be husband, maybe.
I don't remember who
I
it
don't
was,
remember
but
either.
then the chimney ended up getting doused in lighter fluid on the outside, all of it. And it was one huge, amazing inferno.
Yeah. I only saw photos because it was a bachelor party, so I didn't go.
It was cool though.
You guys are so dumb. But
We were a
so
lot
the
younger
bar,
then.
Tito's Crusty Dong. The other thing about the bar that was cool was everyone would write on the wall like little things like I was here or some crazy stuff. But so when TJ and I decided to get married, or I forced him to marry me.
Yeah, I was. What's that called? I was in an arranged marriage.
As an arranged marriage. You were coerced.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think I called Leah and said, "Hey, do you care if we get married in your bar?" Or TJ did. One of us did. And she's like, "Sure." And that's what happened. So we got married at Tito's Crusty Dong. And the Reverend signed the wall.
Yep.
I don't know if I have a picture of that. I do have photos of us
I
getting
believe
married
hers was right next to. You remember Ashley?
there. Yeah.
Put, don't drink the water. That's where fish have sex.
Yeah. I don't drink water. That's where fish pee, I think is what
No,
she said. Oh, was it?
It was. That's where fish have sex.
Oh, that's funny. There were so many things
Yeah,
there.
tons of little sayings and quotes and whatever. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm. So we did get married there, and then we had a few different parties there. I mean, we were always like, you had all the guys from Under the Red Door there.
Mm-hmm.
TJ recorded for a band named Under the Red Door. I'm pretty sure they're disbanded at this point, but they all went and hung out there, and then
Same thing with work parties at Rogie.
oh yeah.
But
Mhm.
yeah, it was a fun place.
It was totally fun. We had at one time, so we moved to Utah and we had a huge party, going away party, and I do have photos of that one.
We still
Oh.
have the big blow up poster.
Yeah, like a
With everyone.
collage. That's pretty cool.
I think that we have that one in storage still.
Yeah, we do. And yeah, that was super fun.
I'm gonna hang it in the shop.
We had a St. Patrick's Day party there.
You posted one of those photos of us in something.
Yeah, on the last one, that was like our photo for the last YouTube video, because that was a picture of us when we were younger.
Well, I looked like I was 12 and I was 30.
Yeah.
Right now, I wonder if in 15 years I'll look back now and be like, wow, I looked like I was 12.
Yeah, probably.
With a 55-year-old beard.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
oh, 55-year-old beard. Stop.
Eh.
Stop. Collaborate and listen.
Oh, I thought you were going to say in the name of love.
Oh, wow. Stop in the name. Huh.
So dumb.
What other memories do you have of Tito's?
Let's see, near death, fun times.
Near death.
Oh, remember when we brought our dog over?
Oh my gosh,
He
this
tried to
was
attack the
a
cat.
bad memory.
It was a total buzzkill.
Yeah. So this is when we had our dog Jax, and he was, I don't know, how old was he at the time? Maybe
2?
I don't even know if he was that old.
Yeah, he was like not.
He was young, but
He was like a full-size dog at that point, but yeah,
Yeah.
he was still young.
he was great in the bar, like fantastic. Didn't have to have him on leash, whatever. Like he was just hanging out. Well, at one time, I don't know if the kids went in or I went in and he went with me. I have no idea. But he came into the house and he was sniffing around, and he went under the kitchen table, and
One of the cats reached out and whacked him in the face.
oh, and
First I heard that they kind of like did the nose thing, but then the cat was like, nope, and whacked him, and then it was game on, and the dog tried to kill the cat, and
Oh.
then
So
Donna
bad.
tried to save the cat and the dog, and then Donna got bit really bad and
No,
scratched.
I didn't
And
get bit. I just got like scratches really bad from the cat.
oh
And
yes,
yeah,
I remember you because you were
we
totally
were
marked up then.
trying to take them apart because I like tried to put my fingers in his mouth to
Mm-hmm.
release the cat.
Oh, and then on the same note, this is what's crazy, and this dog ended up to not like cats in any way, shape, or form. Like
Right.
complete nemesis. Like cats were the evil spawn of
Oh my
Satan.
gosh, yes.
But this is the legitimate, true story. We were at my parents' house, and we're having a barbecue. I remember
The neighbor.
the neighbor was there, and then
Was she there?
yeah, she was
Oh,
there.
that's why the cat came over.
Well, I don't know exactly, but the neighbor was there, and like, Chris was there,
Mm-hmm.
and but either way, we were just hanging out, and we had Jax on the leash,
And he was
and the
under my
leash
seat.
like underneath the leg of the chair that you were sitting in, and the dog's just laying under this chair.
His butt was facing forward.
Yeah, and the neighbor lady had this big Himalayan cat, and the
Mhm.
cat decided that it was going to go over and attack the dog.
Yeah.
Like the cat stalked over, like full blown stalking
Like-
mode. No one saw it, and then jumped on the dog. And then
Yeah.
the dog proceeded to almost kill the cat.
And knock me on my chair.
And once again, she's
Interacts.
hand in mouth, cat and dog stuff, and you're all jacked up again. And I'm just like, I don't understand this.
That
I've
was the
never
first time I
had-
tried Four Loco.
That's true. I forgot about that. Chris brought that over, didn't he?
I don't remember, but I was like, I need this now.
I forgot about that. That's so funny.
I don't think I've ever had one of those again.
Four Loco.
Did they even make those anymore?
I don't think so. They should have never started. I don't think I ever tried one of those.
That's funny. Yeah, I think that's like when we talk about the little dots like that you would get because if you had chicken pox, but then I have some scars from,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. You
For
get a
sure you
tan
do.
and you definitely see it. It's crazy. Crazy. Yeah, that dog was a cat hater, cat/cat killer.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. That's right.
No, it was unfortunate. That dog did allegedly walk
Allegedly.
out of our backyard. That one of the kids may have left the gate open and they didn't realize it. And rolled down the street and killed two of the neighbors'
Allegedly.
4 cats. No, they
Allegedly.
weren't allegedly dead. They were.
They were allegedly murdered by him, though. So
Yes.
the neighbor across the street from that person's house came and knocked on the door, and the kids were home. I think we were at work. And Chloe answered the door, and the guy said, "Hey,
Mm.
your dog's out," or something.
No, it happened because the guy came and told me because I just got home from work.
No, she said someone knocked on the door, and he said, "I think your dog's out," and she's all Jax, blah blah blah. And he comes up right next to her, and she's like, "No," because he had come back around and back through the back door, because the kids always just left the back door open.
Oh,
and so then he
yes.
came up to you and said, "Hey, pretty sure this was your dog." But
Yeah.
and you saw the gate open. Because after they told her, she shut the patio door. She
I-
never went and looked out there.
I understand that. It's just what was me being an investigative person. And let's just say that I was hired as a private inspector. I would have to say that there was more evidence proving that the dog more than likely committed that crime than did not, due to the fact that when I got home from work, the dogs in the house greeted me all happy,
Hi, Dad.
but there was a cat fingernail stuck in the top of his head.
There was that. So the cat fought back, or fought first. Who knows? If there's a fingernail in him.
Yes. He didn't seem to mind, though. He was pretty happy.
He's like, "Hey, Dad, I had some lunch." Allegedly.
He did not have a lunch.
Joking. Yeah, so we felt really super bad about that. We did send them flowers and apologize.
Yes, and I asked her if I could buy her more cats, and when she
Yeah.
said no, and whatever.
They
I mean,
already
it
had
was
4
cool, and they were
more.
still cool neighbors. They didn't hate us, but I felt really, really bad.
I felt horrible. Horrible.
I had different reactions than my lovely wife.
Yes, because I love that dog. That's my tattoo. I love that dog.
Even though he was a murderer.
Allegedly.
He was a great dog,
He was.
but he had that weird thing in him where he would have attacked a bear.
Oh, yeah. He caught
Like,
a
to
bird out
protect
of
somebody?
midair.
He did that twice in his life
So crazy.
that we
and
saw.
And he would catch possums all the time. Those things are
No,
fat. Or
no.
those little, yeah, at the Monroe house.
No, the
Aren't they possums?
moles.
Moles. That
Yes.
was it. Moles. You're
He
right.
would sit patiently for hours by a mole hole.
Until
He
they,
killed like 3 moles in his
yeah,
life,
until they pop their head up.
and then
He got in a fight with the neighbor's dog for coming into the yard. Richard's dog.
yes,
When I was out of town.
that was not really super cool. But the dog was in our yard, so that wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
and he killed allegedly
Allegedly.
the neighbor's rabbit that got into the yard.
That one was more than alleged.
Yeah.
So those rabbits were flipping fast.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was shocked. So I'm on the phone because when we lived in Utah, I say we vaguely because TJ was only there for a few weeks and then he flew back to Washington and
It
worked.
was 6 weeks.
I said a few.
A few implies 2
Whatever.
or a couple. So a few is supposed to be 3.
I don't know. Get the
It'd be
English
more
book
like-
out.
A handful.
Whatever. He was there for a short period of time, and I was on the phone with him one night and had let the dogs out. It was back when we had Sadie and Jax, and had left the back door open so they could come back in when they were done doing their business. And I'm on the phone in the living room. Sadie comes waddling in, and
On her new phone.
oh gosh, and he comes running in, barreling in, drops this rabbit at my feet. I was like, you've got to be kidding me right now. And it's like pretty decent size. I'm like, oh no, what do I do? And he's
you
like,
have cooked it.
look at me. I brought you dinner. You never, I would have never done that. You don't know what's going on with those, you know.
It was. What do you mean? It was the neighbor's rabbit.
Yeah, I know it was
raised them.
pretty sure it was the neighbor's rabbit, but we're just not gonna.
Was it-
I wouldn't have. It was their pet. They weren't raising them for food.
Well, it was funny because it was either right before I left or when I had come back to visit one time. But one of their rabbits ran through the backyard
Uh-huh.
when we were outside
Yeah,
in
and
the
the
backyard.
dog started chasing
and
it.
they were outside too, and the dog started chasing the rabbit because the rabbit was running, and he got really, really close, but the rabbit ended up darting under the fence and getting back into their yard, and they were like, "Oh my gosh,
We're so sorry. We need
Yeah,
to
we were
contain
like,
them better. Like one of their kids would just let them roam, and they're like, "We've had a few of them missing." I'm like, "Oh, that's odd." Everyone in the house. I never did tell because I didn't want to knock on their door and be like, "Oh, so yeah." But after they said, "Oh, they just kind of go missing," I'm like, I probably could have said, "Oh, by the way, this guy, he loves to chase rabbits, but he wouldn't catch it. I think if he got close enough to it, he'd kind of freak out."
Yeah, you know what's crazy though, and I'm just gonna say it because then people would be like, "What in the world?" But so the people that were behind us, that they were also the landlords of the house that we were renting.
Yeah.
And the guy on his right hand only had a thumb.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Because when he was 2, he stuck his hand in a meat grinder.
Really?
That's what he told me.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. They were super nice, but it was really kind of odd to have your landlord live right behind you. Because we had these really short chain link fences. So it's like every time you're outside, you're like, hey, neighbor.
We did get a couple of zucchinis from them that were like the size of a Volkswagen Bug.
Oh, for sure.
And I made zucchini boats. Remember that?
Mm-hmm. And I think they were glad to have us leave because at one time the basement flooded and I came unglued because it was all sewage.
Yes. And she was like, "Fix this. This is gross." It was gross.
It was gross.
No one
and
can
the
deny
kids
that it
were
was gross,
downstairs. That's where their bedrooms were.
Yeah.
So yeah, I came unhinged. You don't mess with the quiet short girl.
This is true. I know this.
So yeah,
Allegedly.
I think no, positively.
Technical
Oops.
glitch because I have a fat finger.
It's probably that Band-Aid.
Yeah.
Throws off your
I
groove.
attempted to amputate my finger with a drone this morning.
The drone got stuck in a tree and he grabbed it while the
I
blades
was
were
trying
still
to be
spinning.
careful and not do that at the same time that I did do that, and those things are very, very
sharp.
fasto.
They can trim your grass.
Or your bush is.
Oh my gosh.
Crop
Wow. So back to our initial thing. So Tito's, when we moved to Utah, that was kind of sad to move away from, for me, to move away from Lee and Trevor. And because, we got real close. We hung out with them every weekend. And then
Yeah, every single weekend.
TJ got to hang out there. And at one time, he had his tattoo touched up on the bar by one of Trevor's friends.
Yep.
That was a tattoo artist. And then, wow, I surprised him one time and flew down there. It was for our anniversary, I think. And Trevor picked me up from the airport. And he was texting him and he's like, hey, come over to my house after work. And he's like, yeah, let me go home and, see what the parents want to do and whatever. And he's like, no, just come over here by yourself. Like, you don't need to bring your parents with you. He's like, no, it's fine. We're going to go to dinner, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, come here first. And he was probably like, what the heck?
What?
You were probably like, why is he being so forceful?
I was, but whatever. I mean.
So I stood behind the door. He had like barn doors. That was by then. Sorry, I have to sneeze. It's like in there. Anyway,
Wow.
He had made the garage door into barn doors. And so I was hiding behind the door. And he did go home, shower, and get his parents. And he comes through the barn door. And Trevor and him were talking. And what are you guys going to do? Oh, where are you going to dinner? He's like, I don't know, da-da-da. And I came out from behind the door. And you were pretty happy to see me.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Then we went and had a good dinner.
Yeah, we went to Terracotta Red with your parents.
Yep.
And then we came back to Tito's and hung out.
We did.
Like good old days.
Yep.
I think that was the last time I ever hung out there.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Because then when we moved back, they moved to Texas. Oh, no. We probably hung out there a couple more times after we moved back.
No, we did, yeah.
Because we lived in Monroe when they moved.
Yep.
So, yeah, when we moved to Monroe, well, we came back and lived with your parents until we found a place.
Yeah, which was for like a couple of months.
Yeah, 2-3 months, something like
Yeah.
that. And then we lived in Monroe, and that was a really fun house. We had great times there.
Yes, we did. We've
Yeah.
actually had great times at all of our houses.
Yeah, but that was one of my favorite ones because we had just come back from Utah. It was like a rekindled honeymoon too, because we were apart for so much that we got to go through like a honeymoon phase again.
Oh, true.
And then he was
I
in
should
that.
make you move away.
So we got a little long winded, so we're going to end part one here. Stay tuned next week for part two. Bye. And before you go, visit us on our social medias at Linktree / The Hills on Wheels, linktr.ee / The Hills on Wheels, no spaces.